Dil ka Sukoon, red heart, find inner peace and true happiness, must watch. Are you searching for peace in your heart and a way to calm your soul? Glowing star, in this short yet powerful video, we unravel the secrets to achieving Dil ka Sukoon through simple, life-changing reflections. Let your heart find tranquility and discover how true peace aligns with purpose, gratitude, and devotion. Red heart, share this with someone who needs a moment of serenity today. Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, teaches that God doesn't focus on your appearance or your wealth. When God observes, He looks at your heart. Even when you sleep, Allah is aware of your heart's state. Hearts remain uneasy because we don't fulfill their thirst and desires. They long for the love of God and the Prophet. We often stray with worldly desires, causing restlessness because we've tied our hopes to people instead of Allah and the Prophet. We must choose the right path, but true faith should be in Allah. Let's consider what the Holy Quran states. It mentions that those who have faith and love their Lord deeply, listen to Allah. Their devotion is genuine, and they find joy in prayer without feeling burdened. Their hearts are naturally drawn to namaz, they don't need to be coerced. They fell in love with it, spending whole nights in worship without completing a single sajda, as it's a gift from Allah. Hence, while dedicating themselves to Allah's path, they feel no formality or burden because their love for Allah and His Prophet surpasses all else, creating no obstacles for them. Their hearts are filled with love for Allah. And regarding Rasul Pak, Allah Kareem said that this Nabi is dearer to believers than their own lives. The constant presence of Rasul Pak in their hearts, soul, and mind brings peace. If someone spends all night worrying about money, like turning 2 lakhs into 6, or how to advance in life, or obsessing over material possessions like a plot or a car, and spends the whole day chasing worldly gains, the Lord has said that one who earns through hard work is a friend of Allah. This isn't forbidden, but being consumed by it, neglecting the essence of faith, is not the way. Believers might perform good deeds yet miss their true essence. If, after praying, they don't find peace, or after giving charity, they don't feel satisfaction, or after attending religious gatherings, they gain no spiritual benefit, it's clear their hearts haven't changed. Despite listening to scholars and sermons, if they don't find joy, they must reflect. Allah has created everything in pairs except the heart. He insists that since there is only one heart, it should solely hold God and the Prophet. Avoid filling it with worldly desires. Until the heart is wholly occupied with Allah and the Prophet, true peace cannot be found. A hadith in Bukhari Muslim relates that Prophet Pak al-Salatu Salam said, if you seek the pleasure of faith, may you be blessed. Subhanallah, understanding this is essential. Just as food is singularly delicious, being a believer and experiencing the pleasure of faith is unique. Subhanallah emphasizes, may you be blessed with the pleasure of faith. I am a man of faith. If you wish to truly enjoy the pleasure of faith, you must focus solely on Allah and the Prophet. We must remember this hadith from Bukhari Muslim. To truly experience the joy of faith, there are 3 actions to undertake. O Rasul Allah, Sallallahu Ta'ala Salam, what did Huzur begin to say? The foremost is to love Allah and His Messenger more than anything else. Listen to Allah, but don't just proclaim it. Reflect on your priorities and question whether your love for money surpasses your love for Allah and His Messenger. Examine these fabricated tales of pride you've constructed: my dignity, my community, my bureaucracy, my tribe, my position. Is the position more precious to you? Is the institution more cherished? On one side lies the Sharia of Rasul Allah, and on the other, the customs of your community. Yet, When it came to the wedding day, customs and traditions prevailed. Where did your love for Rasul go? It was only evident during the Rabiul gathering. We often judge a person's religiosity by how they conduct themselves during weddings, revealing their true faith. In gatherings, everyone appears religious, but true faith is tested when a family member dies. There's no joy in the home, so we see their true devotion. In the mosque, everyone seems pious, yet the true test of faith is consistent love for Allah and His Messenger. He stated that to feel the delight of faith, you must love Allah and His Messenger above all else. Secondly, love others for the sake of Allah and His Messenger, leaving behind formalities of gratitude. Do not expect acknowledgement or praise. Build relationships purely for the sake of Allah and His Messenger, and you will discover the joy of being a true believer. Regardless of complaints, whether they are from relatives or tribes, all will dissipate if our love is grounded in the love for Allah's Messenger. If the foundation is the pleasure of Allah's Messenger, there should be no hatred, no disrespect, and no such environment of animosity because our love is not direct. Whoever we love, we place Allah's Messenger between us. Huzur says that on the Day of Judgment, God will declare, "Where are those who loved each other for my pleasure in this world?" Listen, Allah, O Allah, what reward awaits them? Allah says, "Today, there is no shade other than the shade of my throne, providing protection in this world." In the month of Jia, they cherished each other for my delight, and today, I offer them the shade of my throne. If you seek the joy of faith, prioritize your love for Allah and His Messenger above all else. Love whoever you do for the sake of Allah and His Messenger. Furthermore, after embracing faith, after accepting the Kalma, and after being truthful, detest the path to disbelief as much as one detests fire. By doing so, you will find pleasure once again. My dear ones, we often live our lives feeling exhausted and bored, our minds tangled with scattered thoughts. We are not steadfast. If someone gave advice, we might ponder it for a moment, then get distracted, ending the previous conversation unresolved. There's a lack of strength in our lives, O God. O servants of Allah, we have been given simple guidance: love the Prophet more than anything else. Once you fully embrace that love and sincerity, you will find the path to Allah's Messenger. Believe me, the love for the Prophet empowers a person, strengthens their thinking, and brings stability. This love fortifies a person. I am not delivering a speech but sharing my emotions. I do not seek your praise but your respect. You may not utter Subhanallah or Mashallah at my words, but please understand my heartache. The love for the Prophet strengthens us. If you do not understand, speak with Sadhna Bilal. And if God grants wisdom to the heart, why should it stray from your path? Listen, Allah, if wisdom is given to the heart, why should it leave your street? Why do the companions gather in the court of the Prophet and remain seated for a long time, steadfastly positioning their beloved by their side? Even those who seem idle perform wonders by simply sitting there. When they sat, the noble Prophet advised them to engage in work. So they rose from their places, returning with the sentiment, "O Rasul Allah, life feels incomplete without you. My heart finds no peace, my eyes seek solace nowhere, until you speak of my heart's condition, my friend." Our elders, we should not waste time if we claim to love the Prophet. We should not find time idly spent. We have studied the Sirah, memorized the Prophet's sayings, and have books on the blessings of the Prophet. Have we recited Darud Sharif 1100 times since morning if we truly love him? If we love the Prophet, we bear the pain of his ummah. The Quran revealed to him is considered the light of Islam. Learn what Shah Abdul Haq Muhaddith Dehlavi wrote about the Prophet's Sirat. Read the Shifa Sharif by Qazi Iyad for blessings. But here, life passes wastefully. A true lover's time is spent differently. If someone loves their home, they sacrifice for it, saying, "You all will survive abroad and prosper." When in love, life is devoted. Our love should reflect in our actions. Reflect on the story of Kalbat. Question your heart. Keep a rosary in your hands. Without a mobile, a person finds no peace. Just as a phone keeps one occupied, inshallah, a rosary will keep Deepak continual. Listen, Allah, guide us in this task. The glory of Hazrat, the dignity of the beloved Prophet in her pure heart, should never overshadow the love of Hazrat, nor the spirit of the companions. Giving advice is one thing, but living life without loneliness is another. Remember, the companions learned a lesson: whatever you say, Allah, it is a concise, fascinating, and encompassing lesson. It's not just a long chase. When I asked Hazrat Siddiq Akbar what he cherished, he replied, "Seeing you, Subhanallah. I wish for my daughter to serve me in your home. I hope Allah bestows wealth upon me so I can dedicate myself to you." Listen, Allah, a gentleman's jewel should be preserved by the judge. We've resolved to live this way, memorizing a brief lesson here and there. We must remember, everyone pursues something, some with belief, some without. We've provided them homes, but not a family atmosphere. Now, the issue isn't just that the child is on the mobile, the father is too, unable to part with it. Children used to ask small questions of their parents, and there was a family tradition, a beauty that is now fading. Do you know why the companions' children were willing to sacrifice their lives for the Holy Prophet? What they witnessed at home, if mirrored by their parents, they were always ready, each more willing than the other. When Hazrat Amr bin Jammu came to battle, he brought his 4 sons along. Why? Because he invested time in his children's upbringing. Let's see, I'll give a speech, and the children will learn from it. One thing is what their father does. I often share an example. At home, a mother might say, "Son, be quiet, your father is troubled these days. He will get angry, stay silent now, because business stress is evident." Sometimes, it might be that the father starts crying in bed, and the son gets up to ask, "Are you okay, mother?" She too starts crying and tells him, "Son, your father is missing your Medina, let him sleep." Believe me, a father will teach this way and instill this color in his child. If he cries for money every day, for land, for property, for a struggling business, I wish he would sometimes cry in love for you. If he experiences that pain, if he becomes consumed by it, then the child won't need to be told. Seeing the tears of his own, tears will naturally flow. Subhanallah.